Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Julie and you are currently joining me in the Small Space series. In today's video, I'll be sharing 3 creative solutions for that extra bedroom in your home. Essentially, it's a guest bedroom slash something else. The most typical requests I've received are guest bedroom slash home office, guest bedroom slash kids room, and guest bedroom slash craft room. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare has been such an awesome partner to work with because their core values really mirror my own. Skillshare is an online learning community that features thousands of creative classes like interior design, cooking, crafts, creative writing, productivity, plant care, and so much more. I recently watched portrait photography, shoot and edit Instagram-worthy shots by Jessica Kobesi, and let me tell you, I've been shooting and editing my own style blog for over 11 years now, and I've learned so many new lighting, posing, and editing tips. I love that I can apply these tips from my own Instagram, as well as photographing my daughter day to day. It's such an awesome tool for helping me get creative while capturing Kamari, even with just my smartphone without the need to lug around my ProCam. Skillshare classes are less than $10 a month for an annual subscription, but the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description box will receive a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. You will receive access to the thousands of classes that are featured on Skillshare. You can download the classes to your smartphone so you can watch it anywhere, anytime, and learn on the go. Now back to our video. Before we begin, make sure you have a measuring tape on you so that you can measure the length, the width, and the height of this extra room in your home. The next step is to determine the function. What is the purpose of this guest room? We know that the guest room generally needs a bed. You are trying to host overnight guests. Maybe your mom comes over to help with the kids. Essentially, we need to know how does a room function so that we can determine the type of furniture that needs to fit in the space. Since this extra room in your home is predominantly a guest bedroom, what else do you do in it? First, you need to determine what's more important. Is the bed more important? But if you also use this guest room as a work from home office, then you may want to prioritize the desk over the bed space. Let's tackle the guest room slash home office. If you need to fit 2 people working in this space, try a long ledge custom made from a piece of lumber. Add rows of shelving above to make use of all that vertical wall space. If you have a long and narrow room, try shelves on opposite walls and a custom daybed across the desk area combination. This space maximizes every square inch of wall space. You can also use this extra guest bedroom for all your backstock storage needs. Pretty niches can be stylish and minimal, but open shelving, closed upper cabinets, and tall bookcases can also house items you don't need every day. If you follow my feng shui videos, you'll know that the command position of a desk is always floating in space with full view of the entry door. Much like in your bedroom, you have 2 walls to play with for this command position. Knowing how much space you have left over, you can use a sectional to host overnight guests and also have a comfortable space for them to relax during the day. If you're sourcing a full bed for this extra bedroom, it's a smart idea to style the room like a typical primary bedroom with a smaller desk placed against the wall. Since the bed takes up most of the real estate, this smaller desk is perfect for a laptop. You might want to source a sofa bed. The great thing about a sofa bed is that it looks like a real sofa. The bad thing about a sofa bed is that you typically need space in front of it, which means you can't put a coffee table since the sofa bed will need to be pulled out at night. Or you can simply source smaller coffee tables that you can move out of the way or side tables so you never have to lift a finger. I often get asked what my opinion is on Murphy beds. And while Murphy beds have come a long way from the 80s, I feel like it's not that functional. I love the idea, but sometimes you still have to open and close it daily. The typical feedback I get is that people rarely pull it back up unless you have guests. My favorite type of bed to install in a guest room/office combo is a daybed. Daybeds come in all shapes and sizes. My favorite silhouettes are the ones that are cushy and fully upholstered since it can double as a gorgeous sofa as well. I love the flexibility of daybeds. You can sit up and lounge. You can lay down and sleep. The smaller footprint makes it perfect for multifunctional spaces. Make sure it's wide enough and deep enough for guests to sleep comfortably. Skinny daybeds are great for overnight guests, but might not be too comfortable for week-long guests to sleep on. If you anticipate hosting small families, look for a daybed with a pull-out trundle underneath. You can even specify the ones with a full bed on top and a pull-out twin bed on bottom. If you don't work from home and you're not using this guest bedroom predominantly as an office, then you would prioritize the size of the bed in relation to the size of the desk. This is why those room sketches are so important. Once you know the length and the width of the room, you'll then measure the size of the bed or the desk that you're trying to specify so you know how much space you have left over to play with. Next up, we have the kids' playroom/guest bedroom. Depending on the amount of space you have, you'll prioritize two things: a sleeping area and storage for toys. The space left over is really just a bonus area for the kids. Start with somewhere cozy to sit and eventually sleep if you're hosting overnight guests. Source a sofa bed, daybed, futon, or sectional. Or if you really have the space and want to get creative, how about a pair of swinging daybeds that's equal parts functional and fun? You typically want empty space in the middle of the room so your kids can pull out all their toys, and storage along the perimeter to keep it all tidy. But if you opt to place a table or surface somewhere in the room, make sure it can double as your children's game table or as well as a coffee table for dual functionality. Storage is an absolute necessity for any room that's a /kids room. I love the look of stacked bookshelves with cubbies and drawers, long ledges for books, artwork, and decor. Why not install a gallery with cork boards for your child's rotating art? Although these playrooms are much larger than what you would find in a typical spare bedroom, I want you to take some cues from these larger playrooms and think about the key features that you would like to adopt for your small space. Finally, we have the guest room / arts and crafts room. My next house is definitely going to have a dedicated craft room. I mean, somewhere I can do my arts and crafts, somewhere I can paint, sew, embroider, make jewelry. I mean, really, it's just a place for me to close the door and create. As always, let's start by placing the guest bed in the room. The rest is all about maximizing the vertical height of your space and using all of the walls for craft storage. The great thing about arts and crafts storage is that you don't typically need a ton of depth to store these smaller items. Use the entire wall if you can. Every nook and cranny is valuable real estate for arts and crafts. Dedicate the reach-in closet or an entire wall for shelving and pull-out drawers for storage. Next, you have to find a space for a work surface. Understanding how much surface space your particular craft or art needs is essential to your layout. Much like how you plan a home office workstation, you need to figure out if a simple ledge against the wall will suffice, or if you need a huge table in the middle of the room so you can lay out fabrics and walk around the desk instead. Can you simply stand to craft, or must you sit in a comfortable chair? Multifunctional rooms, just like any other room in the home, requires that you determine your needs first and foremost. If you work from home on the daily, you need to prioritize the size of your desk, the storage requirements you need, and an ergonomic chair to support you. If you're in the toddlers or kids stage, you may want to use that spare bedroom as another play area. Consider the amount of storage you need to corral all the toys, and always source a comfortable day bed or a bed if your child sleeps in it. If you're lucky enough to have a craft room to call your own, well, I'm jealous, and I want to hear how you've made this extra room work for you. Let me know in the comments below if you have an extra room in the home that you just don't know what to do with. Also drop a line and let me know if you've been really successful at converting this extra bedroom into something that you absolutely love. The viewers combed the comment section looking for issues similar to their own, so I hope that your comments will help them as I help you. If you like this type of content and you're loving the Small Space series so far, please give this video a thumbs up. Share this video and series with anyone you know who is struggling with their small space, and definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that little notification bell to be notified of new videos that we drop every Tuesday. We have 2 videos left in the Small Space series, and I can't wait to count down the rest with you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.